Hey guys, welcome back to Math Simplified with Mr. I. Today, we're going to be doing on this episode least common multiple. Some people have difficulty adding fractions when the denominators are different, and that's where least common multiple comes in. Remember we talked about GCF, which is greatest common factor? Greatest common factor, it splits things up, right? We factor and we split them up. But then least common multiple, LCM, we actually join things together, right? So now, let's say I'll pick green this time. So let's say that we had 1 over 4 plus 1 over 6. I want to add these, but you can't just go ahead and say 1 plus 1 is 2 and 4 plus 6 is 10. That does not work. You need the least common multiple here to figure this out. So first I'll write 4, right? What is the multiple of 4? So it's going to be 1 times 4 is 4, 2 times 4 is 8, 3 times 4 is 12, and 4 times 4 is 16. Let's just go up there. And then we take 6 and we say 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 3 is 18. But we need the least common multiple. That's these guys here. That's the least, 12, right? So the least common multiple is 12. So we're going to rewrite this as, we're going to write as, let's say 1 over 4 is equal to 12, because that's the multiple now, right? So how do you go from 4 to 12? You multiply it by 3, so that means you have to multiply the top by 3. 1 times 3 is 3 over 12. So that 3 over 12 is equivalent to 1 over 4. That is your first fraction, right? Now you had 1 over 6, right? So if you had 1 over 6, let's fix that real quick because the 6 doesn't look like 6. It looks a little thing. Go back. So now let's say that we had 1 over 6, right? And how do we get it to be 12 on the bottom? You times it by 2, so the top gets multiplied by 2, so that's going to be 2 over 12. So 1/6 is equivalent to 2 over 12, right? So now the 312 and the 212, right? Look. 3 over 12 plus 2 over 12 equals how many 12? 5 over 12, right? Now you can actually add the fraction. Instead of doing 1 over 4 plus 1 over 6, you can't do it. You found the least common multiple, and then you went and you added the 3 over 12, 2 over 12, and you got 5 over 12. I'm going to put one more on the board, right? So you can actually do this one yourself, right? So let's say we had 1 over 3 plus 1 over 6. You have to do this, okay? You're going to put 3 and 6 here, and you're going to say, what are the multiples of 3 and what are the multiples of 6? Pause the video. Go for it right now. Unpause, and you should be, at this point, seeing if you're correct or not. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. I won't go any further because I already see it. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. You see it? Because I see it. The least common multiple is 6. So if the least common multiple is 6, what I need to tell myself, how do I go from 1/3 to 6, right? This is going to be times 2, so the top has to be times 2. 1 times 2 is 2. So 1/3 is equivalent to 2 over 6. Now how do we get the 1/6 part? Guess what? 1 over 6, it's already 6. So you don't have to multiply nothing. It's the same. You take this and you add it to this. 1 plus 2 is how many here? I'm going to write it nicely. So you got 2 over 6 plus 1 over 6 equals 3 over 6. Okay? I'll rewrite this on this side. You know what's crazy? 3 over 6, if you divide the 3 over 6 out, it equals what? 3 goes into 3 once. 3 goes into 6 twice. That becomes 1/2. It's simplified even further. So if you had the greatest common video, the factor video, you would have knew that already, right? But if you didn't, check the previous video out to learn that one. And that's how you do least common multiple. And that's Math Simplified with Mr. I. Catch you on the next one.